Close your eyes now and breathe deeply. Still yourself. In this sacred moment, become aware, not of the world as it appears, but of the world as it truly is within you. You are not a beggar before God. You are the vessel through which His infinite blessings are poured. April is not just a month, it is a season of divine alignment. A season where invisible seeds sown in faith begin to break the ground. This is your time, not by chance, but by design. The blessing you seek is not in the distance, it is near. It is already here, waiting, not for permission, but for recognition. You must now pray, not as one who pleads, but as one who claims. You do not ask for breakthrough, you assume it. You do not hope for favor, you wear it. For the word says, before you call, I will answer. That means the moment you dare to believe, the moment you dwell in the state of answered prayer, the thing itself begins to move toward you. This powerful April prayer is not words repeated, but consciousness shifted. Say now within yourself, I am blessed. I am chosen. I am aligned with divine power. Do not wait for evidence. The evidence will follow your belief. The breakthrough is not behind you, nor ahead. It is unfolding through your now. Every day, sit in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Let your prayer be a living thing, felt, not just spoken. Picture your life as already touched by God's overflowing goodness. See doors opening, relationships healing, debts cancelled, opportunities arising, because you dared to believe before you saw. This is not fantasy, this is faith, this is spiritual law. And when you persist in the assumption of the answered prayer, all of heaven rushes to meet you in that state. The power that formed galaxies bends low to honor your inner vision. You do not move the world by force, you move it by faith. You shift your reality by aligning with the God within you. For the kingdom is not out there, it is within. Your April blessing, your breakthrough, is already finished in the unseen. Speak it. Feel it, walk in it. Let this be the prayer you pray every day, not in desperation, but in holy confidence. It is done, it is mine, I am ready. You rise each day not as one who waits for permission from the world, but as one who remembers who they are. You were not sent here to chase blessings, you were born to release them. The entire structure of your life shifts when you stop reaching outward and start aligning inward. This is the month where the old cycles lose their grip. The past is not your pattern. The past is not your prophecy. The old limitations, the former delays, the years of wandering and confusion, they dissolve now as you return to the truth. You are the living temple of the Most High, and what you imagine in alignment with divine law must come to pass. So when you pray, let your words not come from fear or lack. Speak them as one whose Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Speak as one who understands that the unseen is more real than the seen. Feel the power of your own inner world, the secret place where breakthroughs are born. That is the Holy of Holies. That is where the work is done. You may have been waiting, wondering, weary from the delay, but now is the time to drop that identity. The breakthrough was never delayed, it was being prepared for the version of you who could carry it. And now, you are that version. The April prayer is not about begging God to act. It is about letting your inner man awaken to what has already been given. Say now, deep within, I walk in my answered prayer. I walk in the fullness of grace. I walk in miracles made visible. There is a power that moves when you feel before the facts, when you praise before the proof, when you give thanks for what your senses cannot yet detect. That is not delusion, that is dominion. That is the way of spirit, that is the law of belief, and it never fails. See yourself standing in the place you have long desired to reach. Feel the sunlight on your face, the joy in your heart, the lightness in your step. Dwell there, abide there. Let it saturate your being until the world bends to match what you've dared to internalize. You are not here to struggle your way to glory. You are here to embody it. Speak this April prayer over your life as a decree, not a request. The angels heed the voice of faith, not fear. The heavens respond to conviction, not confusion. As you align with the version of yourself who already lives the breakthrough, everything around you must rearrange to reflect that inner truth. There is no magic in repeating empty words, but there is power, irresistible, creative, divine power in speaking from the end. Imagine the prayer already answered. See the job already secured. See the healing already done. See the relationship already restored. Then let your emotions rise to meet that scene. Let your gratitude swell for the thing already given. This is the sacred work of manifestation. This is the practice of true prayer. You are not a beggar in rags. You are royalty in disguise. You are the heir of divine promise, the embodiment of fulfilled prophecy. You are the living answer to prayers you haven't even yet prayed. This month, something holy is unfolding, something beyond logic, beyond timing, beyond toil. And it begins not with effort, but with alignment. The moment you become inwardly convinced of the new reality, all things external begin to obey that conviction. There is no force more magnetic than a soul in agreement with God. And when you say yes to the promise, when you say yes to the blessing, when you say yes to the new season without seeing it, you pull the invisible into the visible. You summon miracles with your faith. Let others chase and hustle and grasp. You will go inward. You will go higher. You will dwell in the house of the Lord, not someday, but now, because the house is within you. The power is within you. The source is not distant. It is closer than your next breath. This April, don't just ask for blessings. Become the vibration of the blessing itself. Don't just seek breakthrough. Embody the version of you who walks in it. Pray this daily, not as routine, but as reality. I have it now. I walk in it now. I radiate divine favor. The world may offer delays, but in spirit there is only now. Divine timing is not distance, it is alignment. And once you align with the frequency of answered prayer, time collapses, and what seemed far off appears suddenly, easily, gracefully. Expect sudden shifts, expect divine reversals, expect favor that doesn't make sense, not because of who you are in the flesh, but because of who you are in the spirit. Because your Father delights in giving good gifts, and all that is required is that you believe you've already received. And so each morning, take a moment, go within, shut the door to noise and doubt, let the old fears dissolve, let your inner eyes open to the new things springing forth. Pray, not with trembling, but with certainty. Imagine your phone ringing with good news. See your inbox flooded with answered prayers. Feel your heart dancing under the weight of fulfilled desire. This is not fantasy. This is the secret of the ages. This is how worlds are created. This is how destinies shift. When you stop rehearsing the pain of yesterday and begin rejoicing in the promise of now, mountains move, waters part, and blessings break open. It does not matter how long it has been. Delay is not denial. It matters not what statistics say, what history says, what your bank account says. All that matters is what God says, and God has declared it finished. You are not striving for victory, you are praying from it. Let your April be marked by this prayer, not once but daily, as a living atmosphere around you. I am the blessed of the Lord. I live under open heavens. My steps are ordered. My way is clear. My supply is endless. Say it until your mind surrenders to it. Say it until your emotions harmonize with it. Say it until the old version of you dissolves and the true self, bold, radiant, magnetic, takes its rightful place. No one can steal what God has authored. No one can block what you've aligned with in spirit. The only permission required is your agreement. And once you agree, once you believe, once you receive it within, the outer world will rush to obey. This is your time, not tomorrow, now. This is your moment of awakening. This is the season where what you imagined in secret becomes what you walk in publicly. This is the month where the invisible becomes inevitable. The earth may shake, the winds may blow, but your foundation is divine. Your life is not built on sand but on spirit, and the spirit cannot be shaken. You are kept, you are carried, you are covered, and as you speak life into every corner of your world, as you align your imagination with heaven's blueprint, you will witness things you never dared to ask for. You will know peace without a reason, joy without explanation, supply without struggle, because you chose to live by inner vision, not outer condition. Because you dared to say, I believe, I receive, I am ready. Keep praying this way. Keep imagining with conviction. Keep seeing beyond sight. The more real it becomes within, the faster it appears without. Nothing is too hard. Nothing is too far. Nothing is denied to the one who believes. So walk through your day in quiet confidence, not arrogant, but anchored in the truth that your life is unfolding according to a higher pattern, that you are not forgotten, that you are not behind, that the shift you've been waiting for has already begun. Let every step you take be a step of faith. Let every breath be filled with expectation. Let every word you speak be a container of power. And let your mind be filled with images of answered prayer. Feel it, live it, breathe it, and the world will follow. You are not hoping for change, you are the change. You are the vibration of answered prayer in human form. And when you move from that awareness, even the atmosphere around you begins to respond. People are drawn to you, opportunities recognize you, doors you didn't knock on begin to open. Not because you forced them, but because you aligned with the key that unlocks them. Inner conviction. There's nothing casual about this moment. This month was written into the divine script of your life before the foundations of the world. You're not just living in April. You are standing in the appointed hour, the time when delay breaks, the time when weariness lifts, the time when everything you carried in silence starts to bear visible fruit. Because the seed that was buried in faith is now blooming in power. And yet you must remember, it is not your effort that causes the harvest. It is your alignment. There are those who work endlessly, yet gain nothing. And there are those who sit quietly, believe deeply, and watch abundance flow without strain. This is the divine paradox. The kingdom is not earned by toil, it is received by belief. And belief is not passive, it is the most powerful force in creation. You are called to live from the end, see it already done, feel it already accomplished, and return day after day to that vision until it becomes more real to you than what your five senses tell you, because your senses only reflect the past, they echo yesterday's assumptions, but spirit always speaks of what is now becoming. That is why you must pray this April prayer daily, not just as habit but as identity. Let it become your spiritual posture, your inner dwelling place. Let it become the fire that burns away doubt, the oil that keeps your lamp full, the compass that keeps you facing the promised land. When you wake, declare it. When you walk, embody it. When you rest, dream it, until your whole being begins to vibrate in rhythm with heaven's decree. You are not lost, you are not overlooked. Every detail is accounted for, every turn, every pause, every closed door was preparation. Do not curse the delay, bless it. For it refined your faith, it sharpened your discernment, it positioned you for something greater than what you first imagined. Now your imagination must become your sanctuary. Let it be the altar where your faith meets form. As you visualize your new season, do so with feeling. Don't just see the image, be in it. Feel the joy of the breakthrough already manifested. Taste the celebration, hear the sound of victory echoing through every room of your life. Let your body respond to the scene as if it were present. Because in the realm of spirit, it is. There is no distance in the Spirit, no waiting room in the divine. The moment you feel it is true, the blessing begins to organize itself around that feeling. It may come through unexpected channels, but it will come. It must come, because you've obeyed the first law of manifestation, assuming the end with thanksgiving. Let your prayer be soaked in gratitude, not for what will be, but for what already is. Give thanks for the provision already made, for the healing already done, for the peace already poured out. Thank God now before anything changes, because that thanksgiving is the proof that you believe it's already yours. And belief is the currency of heaven. You may not know how, you don't need to. That's not your role. Your only work is to believe, to assume, to feel, to see. The how belongs to God. The unfolding is His domain. Your task is to dwell in the vision with unwavering confidence. Say within yourself now, I am no longer moved by appearances. I am led by truth. I am governed by faith. I am carried by grace. Let this prayer fill your mouth and your mind. I walk in divine alignment. I live in supernatural supply. I am surrounded by favor like a shield. What I need, I already have. What I seek is seeking me. What I envision is becoming form. Every time you repeat these truths, not as empty affirmations, but as divine decrees, you reshape the atmosphere around you. You train your subconscious to accept only what aligns with God's promise. You create new neural pathways that no longer expect rejection, limitation, or scarcity, but abundance, favor, and fulfillment. The Spirit within you is not waiting, it is creating. Every time you imagine the best, you plant a seed in the soil of eternity. Every time you feel the fulfillment, you water that seed. Every time you refuse to let doubt have the final word, you expose it to sunlight. And that seed cannot remain hidden forever. It must emerge. It must grow. It must multiply. This is why you must be still and know. Know that God is not far off. Know that the kingdom is not postponed. Know that you are the vessel through which the invisible becomes visible. Speak from this knowing. Walk from this knowing. Let no outer circumstance pull you out of alignment. Even when nothing seems to change, remain. Even when the facts scream contradiction, remain. Even when fear rises like a wave, remain. Because what you remain faithful to within will become inevitable without. Do not be swayed by the voices of limitation. Do not agree with the timelines of the world. You serve the author of time, and he declares the end from the beginning. What is too late for man is right on time in the Spirit. And the Spirit is never in delay. It is always in motion, always in completion. This April, allow yourself to surrender to that motion. Let go of the urge to control. Let go of the habit of panic. Trust the divine choreography. Trust the orchestration you cannot yet see. Trust that if you've seen it clearly in spirit, it is only a matter of divine timing before it breaks through the veil. There is nothing random about your life. You are not wandering, you are being guided. Step by step, breath by breath, into a future that was finished long before you arrived. You are not forging your path, you are unveiling it. And each prayer you speak in faith, each inner vision you hold with joy, reveals the next stone under your feet. Walk boldly now, not in arrogance, but in certainty. Walk as one who knows that heaven backs every word you speak in agreement with God. Walk as one who knows that angels are dispatched at the sound of your faith. Walk as one who knows the crown already rests upon your spirit. Let this April be unlike any before. Let it be the month you stopped looking outward for permission and began living inward with power. Let it be the month you no longer waited for the world to confirm your blessing, but confirmed it yourself by entering into the feeling of it fulfilled. The old story is over. The new has begun. You are not your past, you are not your pain, you are not your delay, you are the promise incarnate. You are the prophecy in motion. You are the prayer walking its answer. So speak, declare, assume, imagine, feel, praise, every day, not just as ritual, but as reality. Let this be your prayer. I am blessed in my rising and in my resting. I am called, I am chosen, I am aligned, I am abundance made visible, I am evidence of the goodness of God. And as you pray like this, live like this, think like this, everything must change. Not because you forced it, but because you finally believed it. Keep going, keep believing, keep dwelling in the secret place where fear cannot reach you and doubt has no voice. You do not have to see the full staircase, you only need to take the next step in faith, trusting that the path will rise to meet your feet. God has not brought you this far to leave you suspended in uncertainty. Every delay, every closed door, every silent season was God weaving a greater purpose behind the veil. Do not measure what is possible by what has happened. Measure it by what is promised. The promises of God are not suggestions, they are spiritual realities waiting for agreement. And the moment you come into full agreement, not in word only, but in emotion, imagination, and belief, the promise begins to press itself into the shape of your life. Feel that truth now. Let it settle into your bones. Let it replace the noise of questions with the song of certainty. You are walking into prepared places. You are stepping into blessings that have your name on them. The angels assigned to you are already at work. The resources you need are already in motion. You don't need to strain to make it happen. You simply need to yield to the version of yourself who already lives in the answered prayer. This is what true prayer is. It is not a pleading, it is a participation. It is not about convincing God, it is about becoming the version of yourself who is already one with the promise. When you do that, when you pray from completion, not for it, you tap into the divine pattern where all things align effortlessly. Speak it again. I'm no longer waiting. I'm no longer hoping. I am already walking in it. I already have what I asked for. I already am what I imagined. Every moment you dwell in that vibration, the old begins to fall away. The fear, the scarcity, the worry, all of it begins to unravel because it has no place in the presence of unwavering faith. And in its place comes peace, unshakable peace, the kind that passes understanding. It becomes the evidence that what you believed is already forming. Let this peace be your sign. Not the outcome, not the manifestation, but the peace. When your inner world quiets and your breath deepens and your heart feels light, you'll know the shift has happened. You'll know the breakthrough has already begun. It begins in you before it ever shows up around you. This is why your inner life is sacred. It is not just a place of escape, it is the place of creation. Your mind, your emotions, your spiritual focus, these are the tools by which the unseen becomes seen. So guard it well, protect your vision. Do not allow worry to creep in like a thief. Do not let the opinions of others dilute your clarity. Stay rooted, stay focused, stay full of the promise. And even when the world speaks against it, even when evidence seems to mock your vision, stand. Not in pride, but in peace. You know what God has spoken. You know what you've seen in the Spirit. You know what you felt in the stillness. That is your reality. That is your truth. And that truth will override every fact, every number, every delay, every impossibility. Say within yourself, I am steady. I am sure. I am established. I am grounded in God's word and lifted by His Spirit. This is your April. This is your sacred turning point. The version of you that doubted, questioned, hesitated, that version is fading. And the version of you that believes with boldness, that walks with joy, that imagines without apology, that version is rising. And it is that version that draws miracles like a magnet. When you become the person who already lives the answer must appear. It has no choice. It must take shape, because creation is finished. You are not making something new happen. You are awakening to what is already done. Feel that now. Let it rise in you. Let the weight lift. Let the striving cease. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. The blessing has been circling your life, waiting for the moment you fully received it in your spirit. And now that moment has come. Do not ask if it's working. Do not ask if you're doing it right. Simply remain. Stay in the feeling. Stay in the knowing. Stay in the light. The manifestation will not be the proof of your belief. Your belief is the proof. The manifestation is already yours. And even now, as you listen, something is shifting. The atmosphere around you is responding. Ideas are being released. People are thinking of you. Situations are aligning. Timing is accelerating. Because you have become the container for answered prayer. You have become the fulfillment in flesh. You are not who you were. You are not what happened. You are not the delay. You are the living echo of God's intention. You are the walking prophecy of grace. You are the answered prayer someone else will look at and say, if God did it for them, He can do it for me. So let your life testify, not through effort, but through embodiment. Let your peace be loud. Let your joy be deep. Let your light be constant. And let every day in April be saturated with this sacred awareness. It is done. It is done. It is done. Even when you face resistance, do not be discouraged. Resistance often means you are close. It is the shaking before the release. It is the pressure before the birth. It is the final test before the visible reward. And it will pass, because the truth within you is stronger than anything outside of you. And when you feel tired, return to the vision. When you feel uncertain, return to the end. When you feel small, remember who walks with you, who lives within you, who calls you by name. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you, and nothing is impossible for the one who believes. So rise each day with vision. Speak with power. Think with clarity. Imagine with passion. And do it again and again, until the rhythm of heaven becomes your default setting, until peace becomes your baseline, until miracles become your normal. Because the truth is they are. You were never meant to live in survival mode. You were made for overflow. You were not created to beg for scraps. You were called to sit at the table, not as a guest, but as a son, as a daughter, as an heir. Your inheritance is joy. Your inheritance is abundance. Your inheritance is clarity and confidence and creativity. You are meant to rise. You are meant to shine. And as you do, everything connected to you will begin to rise too. This is how breakthrough happens, not by accident, but by alignment. Not by striving, but by surrender. Not by force, but by faith. The kind of faith that doesn't flinch in the dark because it has seen the light. The kind of faith that doesn't need to explain itself because it already knows how the story ends. So rest in that, trust in that, pray from that, and let the month of April carry your new self like a current of grace, lifting you higher, faster, smoother than anything you could have orchestrated on your own. You are no longer searching for the blessing. You are living in the vibration of it. And everything you once hoped for is now drawn to you, not because you chased it, but because you became it. Let your faith be fierce, not fragile. Let it be so bold that the atmosphere shifts when you walk into a room. You are not waiting for validation. You carry authority. You are not looking for confirmation. You walk in covenant. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. When the world asks for evidence, you offer your presence, because the one who walks with God becomes living proof. This is not the time to shrink. This is not the time to doubt. This is the time to rise into what you have already been shown in the Spirit. Don't return to the place of questioning what God has made clear. Don't negotiate with the old version of yourself. Don't argue with the voices that never believed in you. You've outgrown that season. You've outgrown that identity. April is not just another chapter, it is a holy unveiling. It is the moment when the internal shift becomes external reality, where what once was only felt in your spirit begins to take on shape and substance. So speak to it, call it in, agree with it, water it with your praise, protect it with your attention. Make no room for the energy of doubt. This month, your words carry weight. They are not small, they are not casual. Every declaration is a seed, every affirmation a decree. You are legislating in the Spirit with every breath of belief. What you say, you will see. What you feel, you will form. What you envision, you will experience. So speak carefully, speak faithfully, speak with reverence for the creative power that has been placed in your mouth. Say only what you are willing to live. Declare only what you are prepared to receive. Align your tongue with your promise, not your pain. When you say, I am blessed, you are not wishing, you are creating. When you say, I am walking in breakthrough, you are not fantasizing, you are aligning. When you say it is already done, you are not hoping, you are honoring the finished work. The atmosphere around you is listening. The cells in your body are listening. The future is listening. And they are waiting for your agreement, your yes, your settled faith, your unwavering certainty. There will be moments when nothing seems to move, when the vision feels distant, when the facts scream louder than your faith. And even then you must remain unmoved. That is the secret. To feel the reality so deeply within that no external delay can steal it. To hold the vision with such inner strength that the facts begin to bow to your inner world. You are not at the mercy of conditions. You are not subject to statistics. You are not limited by history. You are governed by truth. And the truth is, what you've seen in the spirit realm is more real than what you see around you. The truth is, spirit precedes matter, cause precedes effect, inner precedes outer. So continue to dwell in the state of your answered prayer. Live from it, speak from it, make decisions from it, build habits around it. Shape your day according to the outcome you've already received in faith. Do not wait to celebrate. Celebrate now. Do not wait to give thanks. Give thanks now. Do not wait to rejoice. Rejoice now. This is how it happens. This is how it comes, not with strain but with surrender, not with begging but with believing, not with pushing but with peace. You crossed into a new dimension of trust, and in that place miracles are not rare, they are normal. In that place favor flows like a river. In that place time is your servant, not your master. And yes, things will come quickly now, because your spirit is no longer resisting. Your heart is no longer divided. Your words are no longer double-minded. You are not trying to have faith, you have it. You are not asking for alignment, you are it. And when that happens, everything accelerates. Everything begins to bow to the image you carry within. Hold that image now. Strengthen it, love it, cherish it. This image is sacred. It is the blueprint of your destiny. It is the reflection of God's intention for you. And as you continue to return to it, day after day, moment after moment, it will grow so strong that the outer world will no longer have the power to distract or delay you. You will walk in rooms differently. You will speak to situations differently. You will rise above storms, not because they stop coming, but because they can no longer touch your center. You will hear the noise and remain still. You will see the winds and remain confident, because you found your footing in a realm that cannot be shaken. That is the gift of this prayer. It grounds you in eternity while you walk through time. It roots you in heaven while you move through earth. It lifts you above the temporary and plants you in the unchanging. And this is the key. You must continue. Not just when it feels easy, not just when things go your way, but every day, in the silence, in the stretch, in the waiting. Keep praying, keep imagining, keep speaking, keep feeling, not to make something happen, but to stay aligned with what is already happening. The greatest temptation will be to look away, to check if it's working, to measure your progress by sight. But remember, sight is delayed truth. It reflects yesterday's consciousness. It echoes what has already been believed. So don't look for signs, be the sign. Know that it is done. You are already walking in it. In spirit, you've arrived. In truth, it is settled. In divine law, it is complete. And your only job now is to remain in that place long enough for time to catch up to eternity. So let this be your meditation, your mantra, your rhythm. It is done. I receive, I align, I rest, I rejoice. You don't need to explain how. You don't need to understand every detail. Trust the orchestration, trust the silence. Trust the movement that happens beneath the surface. The roots are growing, even when the soil looks undisturbed. The fruit is forming, even when the branch appears bare. Do not despise the quiet. Do not fear the stillness. This is where strength is born. This is where the greatest breakthroughs begin. Not in noise, but in knowing. Not in action, but in awareness. Not in chasing, but in choosing. And you are choosing now, choosing to believe, choosing to rise, choosing to stand in full agreement with heaven's decree over your life, that you are blessed, that you are kept, that you are favored, that you are free. Everything you need is within you. Every answer, every resource, every connection, every provision. It is already encoded into your being. And as you stay connected to that truth, you will see things appear not by force, but by flow, not by manipulation, but by manifestation. So rest in that, trust in that, return to it again and again until it becomes more familiar than fear, more natural than doubt, more present than pressure. You were never meant to struggle for what already belongs to you. You were meant to receive it through faith, through vision, through inner agreement. And as you pray this powerful April prayer, remember, nothing can stop what has already been ordained. No voice can cancel what God has spoken. No obstacle can resist what faith has welcomed. You are the one. This is the moment. And your miracle has already begun. So now walk boldly, not because you see it yet, but because you know. Let every breath echo the truth, it is done. Let every step testify that heaven has moved on your behalf. You are not hoping for change, you are carrying it. You are not watching for a sign, you have become one. And as you go forward, let the world witness what happens when a soul fully aligns with divine intention. Let your life preach without a pulpit. Let your joy speak louder than fear ever could. And as you continue to pray, not as one in need, but as one in union with the answer, remember this: what you believe, you become. What you carry, you create. What you declare, you will see. It is already yours. Now, walk in it. Everything begins in the imagination. What you accept inwardly, what you consent to as true in the silence of your soul, must show itself in the theater of your world. There is no other way. You are not here to wait for things to change. You are here to assume the change already happened. So I tell you now, walk through life as if everything always works out for you. Not because you see evidence of it today, not because others agree, but because you know in the deep stillness of your being that what you imagine and persist in imagining must become your reality. Live from the end. Feel the joy before the facts justify it. Speak as one who already possesses. Move as one who already knows. Do not concern yourself with how or when. Those are not your business. Your only task is to accept the wish fulfilled as your present truth. When you feel the reality of your desire so fully, so vividly, that it eclipses the current facts, then you have planted the seed in the only soil that matters. You are not trying to make things happen, you are not chasing, you are choosing, you are assuming. And the world, though it may resist for a moment, will conform. It has no choice. It mirrors the state you occupy. If you dwell in lack, the world reflects lack. If you dwell in peace, peace surrounds you. If you dwell in the certainty that all things are always working out in your favor, then even the chaos will become the path to your good. You do not need permission. You do not need proof. You only need to dare to claim that what you desire is already yours. Can you persist in that knowing, even when appearances contradict it? That is the measure of faith. That is the creative act. Assume the best, and the best must come. Assume harmony, and watch even the broken pieces rearrange themselves to fit the story you are living from. You are not hoping, you are knowing. You are not pleading, you are selecting. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are aligning with the truth that your inner world is first cause. Everything you experience begins as a feeling, as a belief, as a decision made in silence. Choose wisely. Choose boldly. Choose as if the universe is already conspiring in your favor, because it is. Feel the reality of your chosen outcome now. Let it fill you, let it thrill you, let it steady you. Because when you act from that place, when you speak, move, rest, and rise from the assumption that everything always works out for you, you step into the law. And the law never fails. Reasoned about confident living principles for 4 seconds. Everything begins in the imagination. What you accept inwardly, what you consent to as true in the silence of your soul, must show itself in the theater of your world. There is no other way. You are not here to wait for things to change. You are here to assume the change already happened. So I tell you now, walk through life as if everything always works out for you. Not because you see evidence of it today, not because others agree, but because you know, in the deep stillness of your being, that what you imagine and persist in imagining must become your reality. Live from the end. Feel the joy before the facts justify it. Speak as one who already possesses. Move as one who already knows. Do not concern yourself with how or when. Those are not your business. Your only task is to accept the wish fulfilled as your present truth. When you feel the reality of your desire so fully, so vividly, that it eclipses the current facts, then you have planted the seed in the only soil that matters. You are not trying to make things happen. You are not chasing, you are choosing, you are assuming, and the world, though it may resist for a moment, will conform. It has no choice. It mirrors the state you occupy. If you dwell in lack, the world reflects lack. If you dwell in peace, peace surrounds you. If you dwell in the certainty that all things are always working out in your favor, then even the chaos will become the path to your good. You do not need permission, you do not need proof, you only need to dare to claim that what you desire is already yours. Can you persist in that knowing even when appearances contradict it? That is the measure of faith. That is the creative act. Assume the best, and the best must come. Assume harmony, and watch even the broken pieces rearrange themselves to fit the story you are living from. You are not hoping, you are knowing. You are not pleading, you are selecting. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. You are aligning with the truth that your inner world is first cause. Everything you experience begins as a feeling, as a belief, as a decision made in silence. Choose wisely, choose boldly. Choose as if the universe is already conspiring in your favor, because it is. Feel the reality of your chosen outcome now. Let it fill you, let it thrill you, let it steady you. Because when you act from that place, When you speak, move, rest, and rise from the assumption that everything always works out for you, you step into a law that is unyielding, unfathomable, and ever true. Imagine for a moment that you are a sculptor, and your life is the masterpiece waiting to be revealed. The raw material of your existence is infinite in potential, and every thought you conceive is the chisel that shapes the emerging form. With each stroke of your consciousness, you are sculpting not just an external reality, but a vibrational echo that resounds throughout the cosmos. The secret is to carry within you the sense that every element, every particle of the seemingly random occurrences is moving in harmony to bring forth your vision. In this grand theater of life, your inner dialogue and unwavering conviction are the forces that align even the most disparate elements into perfect order. Consider the power of assumption as an act of creation. Every time you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with that deeper current of truth. It is as if you are opening a channel through which the infinite potential of the universe flows effortlessly into your experience. Let your thoughts be bold and unwavering. In every moment, if a shadow of doubt crosses your mind, gently replace it with the vibrant truth of your assumption. The day-to-day trials and moments of uncertainty are mere transient clouds passing across the vast sky of your consciousness. They do not have the power to obscure the brilliance of your chosen reality when you keep your vision focused. Reflect upon the nature of time itself. It is a construct, a tapestry woven by the interplay of past, present, and future. Yet within the realm of the imagination, time becomes fluid. When you live as if your desires are already realized, you awaken a force that transcends conventional chronology. You begin to perceive the inner and outer worlds as inseparable mirrors of one another. That which exists in the unseen realm finds its way into the seen, effortlessly, surely, and with profound synchronicity. This understanding liberates you from the confines of waiting and reacting, allowing you to engage with life from the confident knowing of an outcome already manifest. Every experience, every circumstance is an echo of your inner world. When you see a reflection of joy, it is not a random event, it is a sign, a confirmation that the seed of your thought has matured. When obstacles appear, they too are but temporary challenges that invite you to refine your vision and bolster your conviction. It is in these moments of apparent difficulty that you are called to see beyond the surface and trust in the deeper workings of life. Embrace these instances, for they are the subtle nudges guiding you back to your creative power. In every trial lies a hidden blessing, an opportunity for growth and a chance to witness the unfolding of your highest vision. When you walk through life with the heart attuned to the vibration of a fulfilled desire, you cultivate a profound sense of peace. This peace is not the absence of movement or change, but the harmonious rhythm that arises when you are one with the law of your creative power. Do not be dismayed by the temporary appearances that seem to stand in opposition to your inner state. Rather, continue to hold steadfast in your assumption, knowing that every moment is as it should be, even if it appears contrary. The universe operates in mysterious ways, often revealing its genius in the minutest details that, when viewed from the perspective of faith, become unmistakable signs of a plan already set in motion. The art of living as if everything always works out for you also means embracing the unknown with the spirit of adventure. Step boldly into the realm of infinite possibility, for it is there that the miraculous resides. When you let go of the need to control every outcome and instead trust in the natural unfolding of your desires, you tap into a reservoir of creativity and resourcefulness that surpasses all logic. Every encounter, every seeming coincidence is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. Your role is not to micromanage each detail, but to keep the vision vibrant and your inner state resolute. Within you lies a power that transcends the ordinary, the power to convert the imagined into reality, the belief into manifestation. Let your mind be your sanctuary, where dreams are nurtured, and your heart the fertile ground from which they bloom. In this inner space, Every imagined experience carries the weight of actuality. Every whispered wish holds the promise of fulfillment. When doubts intrude, remind yourself that the certainty of your inner conviction is the guiding light that transforms potential into perfection. Your life is a reflection of the depth of your thoughts, and by choosing thoughts of abundance, positivity, and love, you create a reality that mirrors these qualities. It is important to recognize that every moment is an invitation to choose the state of awareness that aligns with your highest good. You might encounter situations that test your resolve, moments when the tangible evidence appears to contradict the reality you have firmly planted within. It is precisely in those instances that you must hold fast to the power of your assumption. Reaffirm your inner truth with deliberate and thoughtful repetition. Just as a musician tunes an instrument, make it a habit to tune your thoughts to the melody of your desired outcome. Every affirmation, every mental rehearsal is a step that brings you closer to the ultimate expression of your inner vision. Allow your life to be a continuous demonstration of faith in the unseen. Every action you take should be imbued with the confidence that your desires are already fulfilled. This is not a mere escapism, but rather a profound understanding that life is a process of eternal fulfillment, where every moment is an opportunity to experience the joy of creation. As you navigate the twists and turns of existence, carry with you an unwavering trust in the inherent benevolence of life. You are the artist of your fate, and the palette from which you choose the colors of your existence is limitless. In every moment, know that you are co-creating with a universal force that delights in the blossoming of your dreams. Cast aside the notion that external circumstances dictate your state of being. Instead, realize that your inner state is the true architect of your reality. Each time you declare internally that everything works out perfectly, you are not simply uttering words, you are engaging in a sacred practice that shapes the fabric of your experience. Let that declaration resonate within your mind and soul until it becomes an inseparable part of who you are. In doing so, you invite a force into your life that is both gentle and inexorable, capable of transforming the most challenging situations into stepping stones toward your realization. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, each wave a representation of an infinite possibility. With every pulse of the tide, there is a rhythm to the universe that whispers, everything is coming together in your favor. When you allow yourself to be immersed in that vastness, you begin to understand that the energy of the universe is not scattered or chaotic. It is a deliberate, intelligent force that works through you to manifest your highest desires. With each breath, you can feel the pulse of that creative energy, drawing you ever closer to the state in which your dreams are already fulfilled. All that is required is for you to trust, to believe, and to act from a place of certainty. Embrace this truth wholeheartedly, that the essence of your being is not confined by the limitations of the external world, but rather is a dynamic, ever-evolving expression of the infinite. The power that lies within you is not diminished by circumstances or setbacks. It grows stronger each time you persist in the face of adversity. Every challenge you encounter is not an obstacle, but a gateway, a passage through which you must travel to reach the fuller, richer expression of your true self. In these moments, remember that the journey is as meaningful as the destination, and that every experience contributes to the unfolding of a grander story, one in which you are both the author and the hero. There is a sublime comfort in knowing that the process of life is, at its core, a dialogue between your inner visions and the outer world. When you live with the internal conviction that all is well, you begin to notice that life begins to mirror that conviction in the smallest of ways. A kind word from a stranger, a timely opportunity, an unexpected moment of clarity. These are the subtle manifestations of the law in motion, evidence that the state of your mind is a powerful attractor of the experience you desire. And when you notice these signs, rather than dismissing them as mere coincidences, you learn to read them as the language of a wise and generous universe. In the unfolding of each day, find a moment to recenter yourself. Immerse your thoughts in the blissful awareness that your desires are already realized. In that moment of reflection, all doubts fade away, replaced by the radiant conviction that everything is unfolding perfectly. The consistency of this inner discipline, the daily commitment to hold fast to the vision of fulfillment, is what turns wishful thinking into a tangible reality. Practice it in every moment. A quiet smile, a gentle breath, the subtle shift in your awareness that says, I already have all that I seek. With each such moment, you reinforce the truth that the power to create lies within you, unchallenged by external fluctuations or fleeting emotions. Let the feeling of fulfillment be your constant companion. In moments of solitude or during the bustle of daily life, call to mind the image of your desired state as if it were already yours. Allow that image to fill your senses, to evoke in you the same enthusiasm and gratitude as if you had already received it. This is the secret to living a life of creative abundance, to habitually dwell in the experience of the fulfilled dream, regardless of the current circumstance. The more you reside in this state of inner assurance, the more the world around you begins to align with it, flowing smoothly and naturally toward the expression of your desires. Do not let the whispers of negativity or the clamor of external opinions disturb the peace that arises from within when you hold this truth dear. The voices of skepticism are transient, mere echoes that fade when compared to the overwhelming resonance of your determined belief. Embrace silence as the fertile ground in which your creative thoughts take root. And when the mind begins to wander toward doubt, gently, without resistance, steer it back to the serene vision of a life where all is accomplished, all is understood, and all is in perfect order. The process of aligning with the inner truth is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice. Every day is a new opportunity to reaffirm the belief that all things are working out for you, to nurture that deep inner knowing with every thought, every emotion, and every action. It is in this daily reaffirmation that your life transforms from a series of random events into a coherent narrative, guided by your own intentionality. Over time, this persistent inner conviction blossoms into a way of being, a state of constant, joyful expectancy that colors every experience and infuses your existence with meaning. While you may sometimes encounter the resistance of circumstances that seem to contradict your inner vision, remember that these are but temporary detours. They are lessons, not verdicts. They serve to strengthen your resolve, inviting you to deepen your understanding of how the unseen dynamics of thought and feeling shape your outer reality. Each setback is a gentle reminder that the fabric of life is intricately woven with threads of both challenge and triumph, and that the sum of your experiences is always working together to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Allow gratitude to be the lens through which you view every moment. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that even as you strive toward the realization of your deepest desires, the universe is already showering you with gifts, however subtle they may seem at first. Gratitude magnifies the feeling of abundance and shifts your focus to the countless blessings that are present in every breath, every heartbeat, and every encounter. By giving thanks for what is, you are also affirming that more is always on its way. And in that affirmation lies the foundation of a life lived in the constant state of fulfillment. In your interactions with others, let this state of inner certainty be evident. When you meet another soul, do so from the place of completeness, knowing that no external force can diminish the reality of your fulfilled vision. Your presence will radiate the quiet confidence of one who has already experienced the fullness of life. And as you extend this energy to those around you, you create ripples of inspiration that remind each person that their own creative power is limitless. You become, by your very way of being, a living testament to the law of fulfillment, a beacon that encourages others to trust in the power of their own imagination. As you continue on this journey, allow yourself the freedom to dream boldly, to envision a life where limitations are but illusions, and every desire is met with a corresponding manifestation. The energy that dwells within you is inexhaustible, capable of transforming even the most intricate details of your life into brilliant expressions of your highest potential. Let this truth permeate every level of your consciousness, that the power to create is not something bestowed upon you by external forces, but is an inherent, inalienable aspect of your very being. Every time you choose to operate from the belief that everything is working out for you, you are participating in the grand act of creation, and the creative power of the universe responds in kind. Immerse yourself in the practice of living as if each moment is saturated with the promise of fulfillment. Allow that promise to infuse your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Recognize that the inner world you cultivate is not separate from your outer world. It is the very blueprint upon which your reality is built. With each deliberate act of faith, you draft a new line in the story of your life, a story in which every chapter is written from the ink of unwavering certainty, and every page reflects the beauty of a destiny already embraced. The journey of living in this manner is both subtle and profound. It is an invitation to embrace the mystery of life with the assurance that all is unfolding exactly as it should. And as you surrender to this flow, you will find that the universe itself bends to the rhythm of your intention. There is an elegance in the way that reality rearranges itself to accommodate your inner decrees, a graceful dance between the seen and unseen that always leads back to the essence of your deepest desire. Allow that dance to carry you forward, each step imbued with the confidence that your destiny is not a distant aspiration, but a present and living truth. There is a certain magic that emerges when you live from the conviction that every event, every encounter, and every circumstance is orchestrated in your favor. This magic is not found in external circumstances, but in the profound alignment of your inner state with the universal law of creation. It is a resonance, a frequency that you can tune into at any moment by merely shifting your focus to the certainty of your fulfillment. Each time you do so, you reinforce the bond between your inner vision and the outer world, and you begin to see that miracles are not anomalies. They are the natural outgrowth of a life lived in harmonious alignment with the creative power that resides within. Trust in the steady, unerring flow of life. Even when the path appears winding or obscured by doubts, know that every twist and turn is a vital part of the grand design. There is purpose in every moment, a divine symmetry that ensures that all elements are coalescing to bring forth your most cherished reality. By nurturing the belief that everything is always working out for you, you engage in a daily act of self-empowerment, a profound declaration that you, in your very essence, are a creator, an architect of destiny. With each breath, each heartbeat, let that knowledge fill you and propel you forward, unfazed by the external shifts that come and go. Maintain this unwavering trust in the process, and let it be the foundation of your every action. The deeper you embed this belief into the core of your being, the more resistant you become to the illusions of scarcity and limitation. Every challenge turns into an opportunity. Every perceived setback becomes a stepping stone, a necessary element in the mosaic of a life crafted by intention and enriched by the certainty of fulfillment. This journey is not defined by the fluctuations of the outer world, but by the resolute commitment to live from a place of inner abundance and joy. Live each day with the profound awareness that you are the master of your own reality, and that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, mirrors back the truth of your inner convictions. Allow yourself the freedom to trust completely in the boundless possibilities that lie before you. In your quiet moments of reflection, revisit the vision of a life where every desire is realized, every dream celebrated, and every moment embraced with unshakable certainty. Let these reflections serve as a continuous reminder that you are already in possession of the life you seek, and that by acting in accordance with that truth, you summon into existence all the blessings that await you. As the rhythm of life ebbs and flows around you, remain steadfast in your conviction that you are the embodiment of a fulfilled vision. In every interaction, in every decision, let that understanding be the silent compass that guides you toward ever greater heights. The art of living as if everything always works out for you is not about denying the challenges that arise. It is about transcending them with the assurance that each obstacle is but an invitation to deepen your connection with that eternal creative force. And in doing so, you unlock the door to a realm where miracles are not rare occurrences, but the very fabric of your everyday existence. Let this profound certainty be the melody to which your life dances, echoing softly through the corridors of time and space. It is in that gentle, persistent tune that the universe reveals its secrets, inviting you to trust in the creative power that flows through you with every beat of your heart. Each moment of doubt is met with an equal measure of resolute faith, each whisper of uncertainty drowned out by the resounding affirmation that indeed everything is always working out for you. Embrace that truth as your constant companion and watch as the tapestry of your life unfolds in ways that exceed even your most vibrant imaginations. And so, as you hold this inner knowing close, let it shape the way you carry yourself. Let your walk become lighter, your gaze steadier, your speech laced with the certainty of one who no longer questions the unfolding of their life. For when you act from the assumption that everything works out for you, you no longer wait for signs, you become the sign. You embody the very outcome you once longed for, and in doing so, you draw to yourself the people, the events, the opportunities that must answer the vibration you emit. Do not underestimate the quiet power of persistence. It is not the grand declarations or the dramatic shifts that shape your reality most, but the daily, almost invisible alignment of thought and feeling. It is in the way you wake up and choose to smile before any reason presents itself. It is in how you greet uncertainty, not with fear, but with welcome, knowing that something wonderful must be unfolding even now, behind the scenes. Persistence is not effort, it is not struggle. It is simply the gentle, repeated return to the assumption of the wish fulfilled. You may find as you deepen in this practice that old fears will rise to the surface. Let them. Do not push them away, do not wrestle with them. Look at them with the eyes of one who knows they no longer hold power. Their presence does not mean your assumption is false, it means your assumption is working. It is displacing the old patterns, the old stories, the inherited beliefs that once ruled your reaction. As they surface, bless them and release them. Each time you do, you make more space for the new state to settle into permanence. Let your imagination become your dwelling place, not a place you visit in fleeting daydreams, but a home in which you live and breathe. Imagine with clarity, imagine with conviction, and most of all, imagine with feeling. Let the imagined scene evoke in you the same emotions you would feel if it were happening now. Let it become so real to you inwardly that you forget, even for a moment, that the outer world has not yet caught up. Because that moment, that sacred moment of pure embodiment, is the moment you impress the subconscious mind. And what is impressed there must take form. You do not need to figure out the details. The how is not your concern. Let that be handled by the deeper intelligence that governs the movement of all things. Your only task is to remain loyal to the end you have chosen. Speak as though it is done. Think from it, not of it. Rest in it. Act as one who already lives in the answered prayer. The power that brings flowers from seed, that spins galaxies in silence, is the same power that shapes your experience. It does not fail, it does not delay. It responds precisely to the image you hold within, especially when that image is felt as real. Begin to notice how your outer world shifts in response to your inner state. It may begin subtly, a stranger's kindness, an unexpected opportunity, a moment of clarity. These are not accidents, they are confirmations. The world is always echoing the contents of your consciousness, and the more you recognize these echoes, the more they multiply. Gratitude becomes your amplifier. Each time you give thanks for what has not yet appeared, you accelerate its arrival. And not because gratitude convinces the universe, but because gratitude aligns you with the reality where the desire is already yours. Live not as one seeking transformation, but as one revealing what was always within. You are not becoming worthy, you are always worthy. You are not earning your desires, you are allowing them. You are not chasing your dreams, you are remembering them. The assumption that everything is working out for you is a return to your natural state. It is the remembrance of your true identity, not a being at the mercy of circumstance, but a creator clothed in form. And when you are tempted to look outside for validation, to ask if it's working, return instead to the only true question: am I dwelling in the state of the wish fulfilled? That is the only measure that matters. If the answer is yes, then all else must follow. It is law, immutable, unquestionable. And if the answer is no, then gently shift. Do not judge. Simply return. Again, each return strengthens the foundation, until eventually the state becomes so natural that it requires no effort at all. This is not pretending, this is not fantasy. This is the most sacred truth there is, that reality is shaped from within. The inner man creates the outer world, and the state you occupy determines the shape of your world. So make it your aim to dwell in joy, to cultivate peace, to exude confidence, not because the world demands it, but because your assumption is your reality. When you dwell in the assumption of success, success becomes inevitable. When you dwell in the assumption of love, love must answer. When you dwell in the assumption that everything always works out for you, then even setbacks become setups. Even delays become divine appointments. And what once looked like opposition becomes confirmation. Let this truth permeate everything. Let it color the way you speak, the way you move through your day, the way you treat yourself and others. Do not wait for the external to give you permission to feel good. Be the cause of your own happiness. Initiate the feeling. Let it rise within you, not from circumstance, but from decision. Say to yourself, even when appearances suggest otherwise, this is working for me. This is helping me. This is becoming something beautiful. And as you say it, feel it. Let it settle into your bones. Let it become the new normal. Remember that you are never alone in this work. Though the world may not understand, though even those close to you may question, the law remains true. It does not require approval. It does not depend on popularity. It requires only your agreement. And when you agree inwardly, when you say yes to the vision, yes to the desire, yes to the feeling of fulfillment, the entire universe moves on your behalf. You may not see it instantly, but you will feel it. That subtle shift, that lift in your spirit, that quiet joy that cannot be explained, that is the evidence, that is the movement. And if you persist in that state, the outer must come into harmony with it. Let your inner world become more real to you than the outer. Let your dreams take on weight and substance. Let your vision become the anchor, not the drifting waves of opinion or circumstance. And when you do, something remarkable begins to happen. You start to feel at home within yourself. You start to trust life. You stop clinging and start allowing. And in that space of relaxed confidence, things begin to unfold faster, smoother, better than you could have planned. There is a rhythm to life that you can only access when you are no longer resisting, no longer striving. It is the rhythm of ease, of flow, of divine timing. And you attune to it not by effort, but by alignment. You align by feeling as though it is already done. You align by moving as though the way is already made. You align by speaking with the calm assurance of one who knows that life is not happening to them, but through them and for them. Now, even when the outcome is not yet visible, refuse to doubt. Keep the inner image alive. Tend to it like a sacred flame. Protect it from the winds of negativity, from the icy breath of logic that says you must wait to see before you believe. No, you see because you believe. You experience because you assume. The world is your mirror, and it cannot help but reflect what you hold within. So hold within you only that which you desire to see. Speak only that which you wish to live. Feel only that which aligns with your highest truth. and watch with wonder as the world reshapes itself not by force but by faith, not by effort but by the silent power of assumption. Each day becomes a canvas, each moment a brushstroke, and with every thought, every feeling, you are painting a life of beauty, of abundance, of peace. You do not need to rush, you do not need to strive, you need only be. Be the one who has already received, be the one who has already arrived. And from that being, all doing becomes inspired, effortless, aligned. The people you need will find you, the opportunities will appear, the path will clear, not because you chased, but because you became. You became the version of yourself who has, who knows, who lives from the end. And if ever you forget, if ever you falter, know this, you can always begin again. The moment you shift within, the moment you return to the state of the wish fulfilled, the law responds. It does not hold grudges. It does not penalize delay. It simply reflects, always, faithfully, lovingly. So return as often as needed. And with each return, you strengthen the reality of your desire, until it is no longer a desire, but a fact, a lived experience, unshakable, undeniable, and fully yours. Because everything is always working out for you. It always has been, and it always will. There comes a moment, quiet and often unnoticed, when the assumption takes root, not because you forced it, not because you willed it into existence with strain or struggle, but because you simply grew tired of entertaining anything less. You got still, you breathed, you let go of needing proof, and in that letting go, something deeper awakened. A knowing, a calm, a sense of inevitability. This is the essence of creation, not in panic or in need, but in the still assurance that the seed already contains the tree, that your imagined life already holds the blueprint of its expression. So many look to the outer world to validate the inner, but the truth is reversed. You must validate the inner before the outer responds. You must accept it, wear it, live it within, before it can take shape without. The world is not the initiator, it is the mirror. And a mirror cannot reflect anything other than what stands before it. If you bring doubt, you'll see delay. If you bring fear, you'll meet friction. But if you bring conviction, quiet, steady, unwavering, you'll begin to see alignment, even in the most unexpected places. The evidence of change always begins subtly. A shift in how you carry yourself, a sense of peace even in uncertainty, a deeper breath, a kinder thought, a choice not to react where once you would have. These are not small. These are the tremors of transformation. For the one who changes their state changes their world, even if the world seems unchanged for a time. It is a sacred waiting, not in passivity, but in preparation. A waiting that is not empty, but full, with faith, with clarity, with the pulse of creation already underway. Let that be your discipline. Not striving, not fixing, but returning again and again to the inner state that knows it is done. All that is required now is to dwell in it, to rest in the reality of the end fulfilled. Do you want abundance? Then dwell not in lack, not in comparison, but in the consciousness of plenty. Feel the freedom of overflow, walk in it, speak from it. Do you desire love? Then dwell not in yearning, not in proving, but in the deep stillness of being, already cherished, already chosen. Let every cell of your being resonate with the energy of being beloved. The mind will want to interfere. It will whisper its doubts, point to the visible, argue for its limits. Let it speak, but do not let it rule. Let it pass like a cloud across your sky, for you are not the mind. You are the awareness beneath it. And in that awareness, you choose what to entertain, what to energize, what to embody. You are not a servant to thought, you are the master. And every time you choose to remain loyal to your inner vision, despite appearances, you reclaim your authority. Understand this, there is no effort in truth. The seed does not strain to become the tree, the flower does not rush its bloom. All unfolds in rhythm, in harmony, when not resisted. When you live from the end, when you feel it real, you enter that rhythm. The right words come, the right actions rise, the timing reveals itself. And what once seemed impossible becomes the most natural thing in the world, not because you fought for it, but because you aligned with it. You do not have to know how your desire will arrive. You do not need to manage the unfolding. In fact, every attempt to control slows the process. Why? Because control is born of doubt. It is the child of mistrust. True faith has no need to grasp or cling. It simply knows. It leans back into the unseen and smiles. It whispers, "I don't know how, but I know it is done." And in that relaxed knowing, life responds with breath. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you are not lying to yourself, you are revealing the deeper truth. The self that doubts, that fears, that scrambles for safety is not the true self. It is a mask, a construct. The true self is still, sure, radiant. The true self is not threatened by appearances because it knows appearances are fleeting. It is rooted in the eternal, the unseen, the source from which all things emerge. And when you live from that place, when you think, speak, and move as that self, you become a beacon. Life begins to organize itself around your certainty. Let your imagination be your sanctuary. Return to it often. Nourish it with attention, with emotion, with repetition. Let the scene of your fulfilled desire play over and over in the theater of your mind until it becomes more familiar than the current facts, until it feels so natural, so inevitable that to doubt it would feel strange. That is how you know the shift has occurred. When believing in your vision becomes easier than doubting it, when the feeling of fulfillment is your baseline, then you are no longer waiting, you are living it. And the world in its perfect obedience must follow. Even when nothing seems to change, something is changing. The roots are growing before the fruit appears. The foundation is setting before the structure rises. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. Trust the invisible, trust the process, trust yourself. For you are not here to beg for scraps of joy, you are here to claim the banquet. You are not here to earn your worth, you are here to express it. Every moment you remain faithful to that inner knowing, you are calling forth a life that matches it. Walk into every room as though the room is better because you're in it. Speak with the energy of one who expects good news. Make decisions from the version of you who already has what you desire. And when fear tries to rise, because it will, meet it not with resistance, but with remembrance. Remember who you are. Remember what you've chosen. Remember that fear is not truth. It is a passing shadow, and you are the light. There is no need to prove your worth. Your worth is inherent. You do not need to hustle to be chosen, to be seen, to be valued. You only need to know it within. And from that knowing, everything changes. Opportunities magnetize, relationships deepen, doors open, not because you forced them, but because you stopped contradicting your own power. The world cannot help but respond to your inner self-concept. And self-concept is not built by accident, it is built by intention, by repetition, by choosing again and again the identity that serves you. Who are you? Are you one for whom things just work out? Are you one who is favored, guided, blessed? Then live as that, think as that, breathe as that. Let no external situation talk you out of it. Let no delay define you. Hold to your assumption, and the outer must comply. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to do it perfectly. You don't need to believe 100% all the time. You only need to persist. You only need to return. The law is not activated by perfection. It is activated by persistence, by the dominant assumption. The more you dwell in the state, the more you occupy it, the more it becomes who you are. And when it becomes who you are, it becomes what you see. You will look back and wonder why you ever doubted. You will laugh at the times you worried, at the moments you panicked, because you'll see that it all worked out exactly as it was meant to. Even the missteps were rerouted into miracles. Even the detours led you home. And you'll realize it was never about controlling the outcome. It was always about becoming the version of yourself who expected the outcome. So wake each day not asking, will it happen, but declaring it is done. Move not from lack but from abundance, not from need but from choice. And remember, the moment you assume it's already yours, life begins to organize itself to match that reality. Trust that, rest in that, walk in that. Everything is always working out for you, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because you decided it must. And once decided, once assumed, once felt, the decision becomes destiny. And so, remain steadfast in your knowing. Let this truth settle deep within you. Everything is always working out for you. Not sometimes, not occasionally, always. This is the law that governs your life when you dare to live from the end, when you dare to believe before you see, when you dare to feel before there is evidence. Your assumption is your permission. Your faith is the bridge. Your inner state is the cause. You no longer have to fight for your desires. You no longer have to prove your worth. You are the operant power. You are the one who decides what is true for you. So choose wisely. Choose boldly. Choose lovingly. And walk forward not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. Because it is done. It is yours. It always has been. Now let your life reflect the one truth that changes everything. Everything is always working out for you. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, I invite you to remember a sacred truth, that your imagination is not a fantasy, but the very creative force of the universe. What you impress upon your mind in those quiet, drifting moments before sleep holds the power to shape your waking world. The secret lies not in striving, but in surrendering your desire to the felt reality of it already being fulfilled. You do not beg the universe, you do not plead, you do not ask as one who is uncertain. You assume the end. You sink into it. As your body relaxes into stillness, allow your mind to rise in vision. See only what you would see if your wish were already granted. Hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel. The key is the feeling. You must move beyond the words of the desire and live from the state of its fulfillment. This is not a doing, but a becoming. In the quiet of the night, you slip into the skin of the one who already has what they want. You do not ask, will it come? You do not say, I hope. You say, it is done. Your dream becomes the reality in which you now dwell. Your senses in imagination are more real than the senses of the outer world. That is the gateway to creation. You speak not to an outside force, but to the deeper self within, the one who knows no lack, no time, no impossibility. You commune with this self by embodying your desire in the silence. Just before sleep, when the walls between the conscious and the subconscious are thinnest, you plant the seed, and you do so by imagining the scene that would naturally follow the realization of your desire. Do not concern yourself with how it will unfold. That is not your role. Your work is to feel the scene so vividly, so naturally, that it becomes more than thought. It becomes experience. And once you have felt it real, you let go. You drift into sleep, not with longing, but with satisfaction. The satisfied mind is the fertile soil for the miracle. So when you lie down tonight, remember this power. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Occupy that state, rest in it, trust it, and know that as you sleep, the unseen forces are rearranging themselves to reflect your inner assumption. What you accept as true in that sacred space between waking and sleep, that is what you will call reality. And as you lie in that sacred stillness, let go of the world around you. Let go of the facts, the figures, the appearances that may seem to contradict your desire. Those are but shadows, echoes of old thoughts that no longer serve you. Do not be fooled by them. The outer world is a mirror, not a master. It reflects only what has been accepted within. So turn away from appearances and turn inward where your true power lies. In this moment, just before sleep, you become the author of your reality. Your mind is open, soft, receptive, a divine womb ready to receive the seed of your imagination. Choose your thoughts with care, not from fear or lack, but from joy, from knowing. If you wish to be loved, then feel what it would be like to fall asleep in the arms of that love. If you wish for abundance, then feel the deep relief, the freedom, the gratitude of already having more than enough. Do not imagine the process, imagine the result. Do not imagine the journey, imagine the arrival. For your imagination does not concern itself with means, only with ends. The question is not whether it will work. The question is, will you persist in the assumption? For one moment of doubt can unravel what hours of faith have woven. But if you remain faithful to the vision, if you return to it night after night as one returns home, then the world must conform. The universe is compelled to reflect what you accept as true in your inner world. This is law, unbreakable and impersonal. It responds not to pleading, but to belief. So ask not by word, but by assuming. The assumption is the silent prayer that never goes unheard. Feel it real. That is your language to the universe. That is the signal, the frequency, the command. There is no force more magnetic than a heart that believes it already has what it desires. Such a heart draws the seen and unseen alike, arranging people, places, and events to bring forth the thing imagined. You must become the thing long before it appears. You must live in the feeling, not just touch it lightly, but dwell in it, marinate in it. Let it become so normal to you that anything else begins to feel strange. This is the secret. To be so at home in your vision that it no longer feels like fantasy, but like memory. Because it is a memory from the deeper part of you that already lives in the fulfillment. Tonight, as you close your eyes, step into the life you desire, not as a wishful dreamer, but as the one who already lives it. If you long for success, then feel the thrill of accomplishment. If you yearn for healing, then feel the vitality coursing through your body. If you want peace, then let it wash over you like a soft wave. You are not faking it, you are creating it. Your feeling is the first manifestation. The outer world is only the echo, the inner world is the cause. When you change your inner conversations, when you revise your memories, when you imagine boldly and lovingly, you are rewriting the script of your life. No matter what has happened, no matter how long you have waited, it is never too late to turn the tide. Creation is finished, all possibilities exist. You are simply selecting the one you desire by aligning with its frequency. And what is that frequency? It is the feeling of already being the person who has what you want. That is how you ask. You do not beg the universe, you commune with it by being it. You rise into that identity in thought, in sensation, in assumption. And once you claim it, even in silence, it becomes yours. There is no need to strain, there is no need to force. The power is in the ease, the naturalness of the assumption. If it feels like effort, you are still trying. But when it feels like surrender, when it feels like slipping into something that was always yours, then you are aligned. Let your desire feel like a familiar friend, not a distant fantasy. Let it be something you remember, not something you chase. Tonight, when you ask the universe, do it without words. Let the language be emotion. Let the conversation be sensation. Visualize the moment after the thing has happened, not the wish, but the fulfillment. Who are you in that moment? What do you see, hear, and feel? Let that vision be so rich, so textured, that it becomes more real to you than anything in the waking world. You may feel the temptation to doubt. That's natural. The old self will try to rise again and remind you of the facts. But you are not bound by facts. You are bound only by your assumptions. So when doubt arises, return gently to your vision. Do not fight the doubt. Replace it. Starve it by feeding your faith. Nourish the vision until it becomes your dwelling place. As you fall asleep, do not carry the burdens of the day. Do not rehearse your fears or replay your failures. That is asking the universe for more of what you do not want. Instead, revise the day, see it as you wished it had gone. Imagine the kind words spoken, the doors opened, the good news received. In doing so, you rewrite not only the past, but the future. You are the dreamer of the dream. But more than that, you are the creator of the dream. The dream responds to you. molds itself around your inner state. So when you ask the universe tonight, ask as one who knows, ask as one who receives. Ask not with longing but with gratitude. And let that gratitude be your pillow. Let it carry you into sleep with the sweetness of fulfillment. And if you wake in the night, do not return to worry, return to the vision. Let it be your lullaby. Whisper to yourself, it is done. Because it is. The moment you accept it within, it is planted. And though you may not see it immediately, it is growing. Trust the process. Trust the seed. Trust the unseen. Do not measure with the outer eye. The eyes of flesh will deceive you. Look instead with the eyes of imagination. They see deeper, clearer, truer. And they always see in alignment with what you choose to believe. So choose wisely, lovingly. Believe the best. This is how you ask the universe. Not by knocking on a door hoping someone will hear you, but by walking through the door as if it were already open. You act from the state, not toward it. You be before you see. That is the divine paradox. You become the receiver by believing you already have. Let tonight be a sacred ritual. Not just another night of sleep, but a holy communion with the source of all creation. As you rest, you create. As you sleep, you instruct. And what you instruct with feeling, with faith, will return to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. You are never asking in vain. You are always heard, because the one you ask is not separate from you. It is you, in your highest form. So fall asleep, not as one who wakes, but as one who knows. Not as one who hopes, but as one who lives in the certainty of the unseen. And when you wake, carry that feeling with you. Let it color your day. Let it guide your steps. Let it remind you of who you truly are. A creator, a chooser, a dreamer who dreams awake. And when doubt knocks again, as it will, return again. Return to the vision. Return to the silence. Return to the state. That is your sanctuary, your power, your birthplace of miracles. The more you live there, the more the world will shift to meet you. The universe does not resist your desire, it reflects your belief. So believe well. Now, as sleep gently embraces you, breathe deeply. Inhale the reality of your desire fulfilled. Exhale every story that says it isn't so. And as you drift, let your final thought be not of lack, but of love. Not of waiting, but of wonder. Not of trying, but of knowing. And as you drift deeper into the embrace of sleep, feel yourself relaxing not only your body, but your identity. The version of you that felt unworthy, that doubted, that waited endlessly, that version is melting away. In its place rises a new self, the one who knows that all things are possible, that the universe is already conspiring in their favor. There is nothing you must earn. There is no proving required. The asking is in the being. The receiving is in the resting. When you say, I am, you do not speak idle words. You speak from the source of all creation. I am is the beginning of everything that follows, the doorway through which desire steps into form. So tonight, as you lie still, choose your I am wisely. Let it be rooted in fulfillment. Let it rise from love. Say within yourself, I am wealthy. I am loved. I am free, not as affirmations of what already is in the eternal now. This present moment is your point of power. The future is only the unfolding of the state you dwell in now. The world bends itself to that state, not the other way around. So you do not wait for the world to show you evidence. You become the evidence. You live even in silence as if it were already done, because in the unseen it is. Feel the weight of having it. Feel the ease, the comfort, the relaxation that comes when you no longer need to chase. It is yours. There is nothing more to do but be. This is not about intensity, it is about alignment. You are aligning with the version of yourself that already has what you seek. That version does not try, that version simply knows. And in that knowing, the bridge of events begins to form. You will not see it all at once. That is not your task. Your task is to hold the state, to return to it when shaken, to trust it more than appearances. Life will rearrange itself around your dominant assumption. You are not subject to fate. You are subject to faith. What you accept as true becomes the law of your world. So rest tonight in that acceptance. There is no desire placed in your heart that is not already yours in spirit. The moment you desire a thing, the way to it is made, not by force, but by assumption. You become a magnet, a lighthouse, a signal, calling forth what matches your internal frequency. And you adjust that frequency, not by effort, but by feeling. So let the feeling rise within you now. Let it soak into your skin, your bones, your breath. Feel the joy of it, the wholeness, the peace. Imagine a scene that implies it is done. Not a scene where you're still wanting, still hoping, but a scene that can only exist if the desire has already been fulfilled. That is your scene. That is your answer. That is your prayer. And when you find that scene, when it feels real, natural, inevitable, repeat it. Loop it gently in your mind like a lullaby. Let it be the last thing you think of before sleep takes you. Let it carry you across the threshold between the conscious and the subconscious. For once the subconscious accepts it, it will express it. It may come through unexpected means. It may appear suddenly or subtly, but it will come. Because you have spoken in the language it understands, the language of feeling, of belief, of knowing. The universe does not respond to desperation, it responds to certainty. It mirrors the posture of your heart. So tonight, do not wait for signs. Be the sign. Do not ask when. Rest in the now. The now is the womb of eternity, and in it all things are born. The future is but the echo of this present state. Change the state, and the future must shift to match. It is law. If you want something to be different tomorrow, you must feel different tonight. You must occupy the new self, the one who already has it, lives it, knows it. You are not becoming that person, you are revealing that person. They already exist in you, waiting for you to recognize them. And you do that by assuming their identity, not later, but now. This is the sacred art of asking. It is not done with noise, but with silence, not with effort, but with ease, not with waiting, but with embodying. You ask by being, you receive by remaining. Let the world fall away, let the doubts dissolve, let the vision rise. You will know it's working, not by what you see, but by how you feel. A calm confidence, a gentle knowing, a subtle joy, these are the signs. When the desire no longer feels far, when it no longer feels like a wish, but like a memory, you are there. And from that state, the world will take shape around you. What once seemed impossible will become natural. What once felt far away will feel close. People, ideas, opportunities, they will flow to you, not because you chased them, but because you aligned with them. The outer is drawn to the inner. The outer bends to the inner. You are the cause. Everything else is effect. So continue now, lying in the warmth of this truth. Continue to feel as though it is done. If your mind wanders, bring it back gently. No judgment, no frustration, just return. Return to the feeling, return to the scene, return to the state. This is your holy work. This is your night prayer. Not words, but embodiment. You are not asking a distant force to grant your desire. You are activating the infinite within. You are claiming what has always been yours. Your imagination is not idle, it is divine. It is the creative power of the universe expressing itself as you. And when you use it with faith, with feeling, with focus, mountains move. Even now, as you lie still, things are changing. The unseen is working on your behalf. The pattern is shifting, the path is clearing. All because you dared to feel it real. all because you entered the state of the wish fulfilled and made it your dwelling place. There is no greater act of creation than this. You do not need to worry, you do not need to watch the clock. Creation is finished. You are simply selecting your portion, and once selected, it must be delivered. It may come wrapped in mystery, it may come by way of delay, but come it will if you do not waver. You are not at the mercy of the world, you are the author of it. Your beliefs, your assumptions, your inner states, these are the pen and ink. Use them wisely. Use them lovingly. For what you imagine tonight will echo through time. So lie still. Breathe deeply. Let every breath carry you further into your new self. Let every beat of your heart anchor the truth that it is done. And should you wake tomorrow to the same world, do not be dismayed. The seed takes time to grow. But the moment you planted it, it began. Trust that. Trust yourself, and if the world challenges your assumption, do not argue with it, do not plead or panic, return to your state. That is where your power is. The world must catch up to it, but it cannot resist it. The inner state always wins, always. So tonight, ask not by questioning, but by declaring. Declare silently that it is done. Let your soul rejoice, let your heart rest, and let sleep carry you deeper into the world you have chosen, the world that already exists in you, the world that now begins to move toward you, because you dared to live in the end. And as your body falls deeper into slumber, know this: your work is done. You have asked, you have felt, you have assumed, and now you receive. In dreams, in signs, in whispers, in miracles. Let the old self sleep. Let the new self rise. Let the fulfillment begin. There is nothing more for you to chase. In this moment, your only work is to rest in the awareness of fulfillment. You are not practicing wishful thinking. You are partaking in divine remembering. You are recalling who you are before the world taught you limitation. You are tuning in to the version of yourself that lacks nothing, the version that knows deeply, effortlessly, that what is desired is already done. And as you recline in that knowing, your very vibration becomes a silent magnet to all that matches it. This is not magic, this is law, silent, impartial, unfailing law. It responds to your inner conviction, not your outer effort. It echoes back to you not what you say in passing, but what you assume in being. So what you bring to sleep each night becomes the blueprint of your tomorrows. If you carry fear, fear is built. If you carry lack, lack is carved. But if you carry love, if you carry joy, if you carry the sweet ease of the answered prayer, then that is what shall rise before you. You have asked, and asking is done through feeling. The moment you align with the version of you who already has, already is, already knows, you have made your request. There is no need to repeat it over and over in desperation. That is not trust. That is anxiety wearing the mask of intention. Let your desire breathe. Let your imagination do its sacred work. Trust that the inner movement you made tonight will ripple through the field of consciousness and bring to you what you have already lived within. It does not matter if you have tried before. It does not matter how many days you have waited or how long you've been told no. Those are old echoes. They belong to the former self, the one you are now letting go of. You are not who you were. You are who you assume yourself to be in this holy moment before sleep. And the beauty of this gift is that no one can do it for you, and no one can take it from you. You are the author, the speaker, the director of this inner script. And once the scene is set, the cast and the setting and the dialogue will follow in your waking world. You do not go to the universe as a beggar. You go as one with the authority of being. You are not trying to become something. You are revealing what is already within you. Every desire is a seed already encoded with the fruit. You are not making it happen. You are allowing it to unfold by stepping into the feeling of it being so. And as you sleep in that feeling, the subconscious accepts it as law. The subconscious is the soil. It does not choose what is planted. It only brings forth what is given to it with belief. And tonight, as you plant the image, the emotion, the knowing of your fulfilled desire, you are handing the seed to that sacred ground. You do not need to check on it in the night. You do not need to ask again in the morning. You simply need to know that the work is done and the harvest is inevitable. What you imagine consistently with emotion and certainty will come to pass. It does not come through striving or stress. It comes through alignment, through allowing, through acceptance. The more natural it feels to you, the more effortlessly it flows to you. So let it feel natural. Let it feel as ordinary as breathing, as sleeping, as waking. Let the state of the wish fulfilled become your new normal. And should the world still look the same tomorrow, smile anyway, because your reality begins not with what you see, but with what you believe. And belief, true belief, is blind to delay. It does not flinch when the evidence is not yet visible. It walks as if the path is already laid. It speaks as though the promise is already kept. It acts in harmony with the unseen, knowing that what is real in imagination must become real in time. You do not have to figure out how. The how is not your concern. The how belongs to the unseen forces, the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. Your only task is to dwell in the end, to see, feel, and live from the place where it is already done. You do not have to know the steps. The steps will appear as needed, sometimes so naturally that you won't even recognize them as steps. You may find yourself guided to make a call, to say yes to something you would have ignored before, to turn left instead of right. These are not accidents. These are movements born from the state you assumed. When you change the inner, the outer changes. Not always through lightning, but often through whisper. Be still enough to hear it. There is no distance between you and your desire, except the one your mind creates. The moment you dissolve that distance in your imagination, the moment you become one with the outcome, the path is formed. And what was once a dream becomes memory. You will one day look back on this night and know that it was the moment it all changed, not because something happened outside of you, but because something shifted within. So feel it again now. Let the vision return. Let the scene play out in your mind like a sacred film, one you've seen 1,000 times because it's yours. Feel the weight of it, the colors, the temperature of the air, the tone of the voice speaking to you, the scent in the room, the texture of joy. Let it be vivid, let it be alive, let it be so familiar that the waking world begins to mold itself around it. You are not asking for something you do not have. You are claiming something that already exists in consciousness. You are stepping into the room where your desire has always waited for you. And as you enter it in imagination, your whole vibration shifts. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently. Not because you are pretending, but because you have remembered who you really are. The universe is not ignoring you, it is waiting for you to be in tune. It is always responding, always reflecting. And once you change what you accept as true about yourself, your world cannot help but change in return. So accept it now. Accept the new story, the new reality, the new identity, and let it sink so deep that it becomes effortless. Do not look to the future with longing, look to it with recognition. The future you desire is the child of your present assumption. Love it now and it will grow. Tend to it now and it will flourish. But if you return to doubt, to fear, to waiting, then that too shall bear fruit. So be mindful of what you entertain. Your mind is the gate. Guard it with love. And when morning comes, walk as the one who has, speak as the one who knows. Move as the one who lives in the end, not for show, not for performance, but because it is now who you are. You have become it in imagination, and all that remains is for life to catch up. Every night offers this doorway. Every sleep is a sacred chance to recreate. You are never bound to what was. You are always free to assume something new. And the moment you do, the universe bows in agreement. It conspires, it shifts, it opens the way, because creation is finished, and you are simply selecting the part of it that matches your state. So lie there now in perfect stillness and let the feeling take you over one more time. Let it fill your heart, your breath, your entire being. There is nothing more to prove, nothing more to ask. You have become the one who already knows it is done. And that is the most powerful thing you can do. You have spoken to the universe in the only language it truly hears, the language of feeling. And in that sacred whisper, your destiny is rewritten. Let yourself drift deeper into the feeling now, where nothing is missing, where nothing is lacking. In this inner sanctuary, you are complete. The desire has already fulfilled itself within you, and there is no separation between what you seek and who you are. Feel that unity, feel that merging. There is no striving here, no hoping, only being. This is your most powerful tool. You do not need to see immediate results to know something has shifted. The very fact that you feel different is evidence enough. The change always begins within. You may not notice it in the outer world right away, but something in you has changed. And because you have changed, the world must change with you. It may be slow, it may be sudden, but it is sure. The rhythm of the universe does not falter. It is always orchestrating, always responding to the impressions made upon your inner self. So tonight, do not ask as if you are in lack. Assume from the position of fullness. Let your very breath become a declaration that it is done. Inhale the reality of it. Exhale the resistance to it. Each breath becomes a quiet affirmation, each moment a testament to your faith. There is no power outside of you greater than the one within you. That creative center is not far away in some distant realm. It lives and breathes within your consciousness. When you imagine, when you feel, when you believe, you are activating it. You are initiating the unseen mechanics of manifestation. This is not fantasy, this is function. This is how the inner world impresses upon the outer. So when you lie here tonight, you are not merely falling asleep, you are sowing the future. You are communing with the divine in you, the part of you that has never doubted, never feared, never been touched by time or limitation. And this part of you, this eternal self, answers not with words, but with form. You feel it real, and it becomes real. You live it within, and it lives without. Let your imagination become your truest sense. Let it be more real than what you see with your eyes or hear with your ears. These outer senses are delayed reflections of what you first perceive in the spirit. Imagination is your first sight. What you see there, clearly and consistently, must crystallize in time. And so feel it again, whatever it is you have asked for, whether health, love, abundance, peace, purpose. Feel the relief of it, the celebration, the deep satisfaction that comes only after a desire is realized. Let yourself be surprised by joy. Let yourself sink into that reality so fully that when you open your eyes tomorrow, your first instinct is gratitude, not need. Your mind may attempt to pull you back to the familiar, to the safe, to the logical, but you must remind it gently, this is your new truth. This is your new dwelling place. This is your chosen state. And you will return to it again and again until it becomes your only home. Because that is how it happens, not by force, but by familiarity. You rehearse the scene of your fulfillment until it becomes natural, second nature. Not because you are forcing it to happen, but because it has already happened within, and you are now simply remembering what has always been yours. This is not effort, this is rest. This is not striving, this is allowing. You are not in conflict with reality, you are reshaping it by choosing a different lens, a different story, a different identity. And that choice is yours, always, no matter the past, no matter what has been. You can choose again, you can imagine again, and in doing so you give new instructions to the universe. Do not let the old thoughts echo. Silence them with vision. Replace them with feeling. Whenever doubt knocks, answer it with the certainty of your inner experience. What you feel in imagination carries more weight than what you see in the world, because the world is delayed. It is old news. It is the afterglow of what you used to believe. But now you believe something new. Now you believe in the power within you to shape and create. You believe in your ability to speak in the language of emotion and be heard. And so you have already been heard. You have already received. And all that's left is for the outer to catch up to the inner. There is a sacred timing to all things, but it is never a punishment. Delay is not denial, it is preparation, it is orchestration, it is the unseen arranging itself for your benefit, and so you wait, not in anxiety but in faith, not in longing but in confidence. You wait as one who knows the promise has already been kept. You may not see how the pieces will come together. You don't need to. That is not your role. Your only role is to stay faithful to the end scene, the end state, the felt conclusion. Let that be your home. Let it be the place you return to, no matter what the outer world suggests. And you will notice something miraculous. Not only does the world begin to change around you, but you change. You carry yourself differently. You speak with authority. You make choices from a place of empowerment rather than desperation. You attract what matches your new state, not through manipulation, but through resonance. Because life is not happening to you, it is happening through you, through your focus, through your assumptions, through your most dominant inner state. And now, that state is the wish fulfilled. That state is completion. That state is answered prayer. Even as you sleep, you are radiating that truth. The silent language of your heart is speaking. The seed is planted, the field is fertile, and the harvest is certain. Let yourself sink deeper now into that feeling. Let every muscle relax. Let your breath slow. Let the story of your future self play softly in your mind like a lullaby. You do not need to force the details. Just feel the outcome. See the evidence on the faces of those around you. Hear the voice of someone congratulating you. Sense the quiet peace that comes when a chapter has been completed, when something long desired has finally arrived. It is here, not in a distant place, but in you. You are the doorway. You are the mirror. You are the vessel through which the unseen becomes seen. And the more you allow that truth to take root in you, the more the world must respond in kind. This is not a one-time act. This is a way of being. This is how you live now, not in the shadows of lack, but in the light of fulfillment. This is how you think now, not from the pain of what is missing, but from the joy of what is present in spirit. This is how you dream now, not from the limits of the past, but from the infinite possibilities of the now. Let your last thought before sleep be this: it is done. Let it echo in your being. Let it settle in your chest. Let it speak louder than fear, louder than fact, louder than history. It is done. And because it is done in you, it will be done for you. You do not need to ask again. You only need to remain. Remain in the state, remain in the knowing, remain in the feeling, and everything else will come. Because everything else is already on its way. And so you rest, not just your body, but your soul. You rest in the assurance that the universe, your subconscious, the divine, all have heard you. And all are now moving gently, silently, inevitably to bring to pass what you have already received in the secret place of your heart. Sleep now in peace. You have spoken, you have asked, and the answer is already yours. And now, as sleep gently cradles you, let all striving cease. Let your heart be light, your mind at ease, and your spirit at rest. You have asked in the only way that matters, by feeling it real, by assuming the end, by living the answer before it appears. You have whispered to the universe without words. and the universe has answered without delay. So rest in that silent certainty, carry the feeling of fulfillment into your dreams, and let the night do its sacred work. For what is real within must become real without, and it is done